Come on, Myrtle. Let's go.
Hi everybody, Sylvia here, and I am in the Silver Lake neighborhood of Los Angeles, and in a minute I'm going to explain how I got here. But I have a very big update today. It's something I've been thinking about for more than a couple of years, something that's been percolating to the surface and then it goes away, and it seems like now is the time and I am taking action on it. And at the end of the video, I am going to be asking for your input and advice. But to start with, I gotta say that this has been just the most unusual tour of any that I have done. You know, I've been trike touring for more than 14 years, and until this tour, every year I pick up point A, I pick up point B, and I really haven't deviated from that routine. This year, I had expected to be touring in Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, and Ecuador. And then about 3 weeks before the start of that tour, my trike manufacturer, HP Velotechnic, and my local bike shop, Recumbent PDX, offered me a Shimano Steps E8000 electric assist as a retrofit kit. And I said, you know what, if you guys can get that installed in a couple of weeks, let's do it. And they did. But what this meant was I had to completely change my tour routes. It's possible to get an electric assist trike with a motor on a plane, but it is not possible to get the batteries on the plane. And so I decided to change my route and ride from my driveway in Portland down the Pacific coast. Because this system was installed so quickly, I really didn't have a chance to learn it or test it, and I felt like it would be better to stay closer to Portland to start. And so as I was going down the Pacific coast, had a wonderful ride, and I discovered that I really am enjoying electric assist. The Shimano Steps E8000 is quiet, it's easy, it's intuitive, and it fit all of my criteria that I was hoping to get from electric assist. For instance, I was able to ride about 50 miles a day. I was climbing 2,000 to 3,000 feet every day, and my average speed was about a little bit more than 11 miles per hour. And that was all on one battery. And so I felt like this was something that I wanted to continue using, and that for the rest of this tour and my next tours, I would probably be using an electric assist. And it got me to thinking about touring more in my own country. You know, the Pacific Coast route is really one of the most epic bike routes, I think, in the world. It's incredibly beautiful, and there's so much to explore on this route. But I felt like the way I travel, I need to get where I'm going because I can't leave the trike. Even if I could lock it up, which of course I can, all of my stuff would be vulnerable to theft. And so I need to get to where I'm going to get the trike secure and all my stuff secure before I can do any exploring. And I was riding past beautiful beaches, hiking trails, lakes, rivers, and I really kind of wanted to be able to stop and check all these things out. And it got me to thinking about an idea that's been percolating for more than a couple of years, which is to switch to using an RV or a trailer so that I can stop whenever I want and still have my trike with me to ride the bike trails, bike paths, and be able to have a little bit more flexibility. And as I was riding down the coast, it was also very cold, and it was too cold to camp. Even though I had all of my camping gear with me, I ended up spending most of my nights in hotel rooms, which is quite expensive. Most of the hotels were probably between $70 and $100, and I think I spent about $1,500 on hotels for the month that I spent riding from Portland to Berkeley. And I thought, you know, this is a lot of money that I could use to cover the costs of a truck, a trailer, an RV, and really pretty much all of the expenses that I would incur in a month of using an RV. I was talking to friends about it, and everybody just thought it was a great idea. In fact, one friend said, "Sylvia, I don't even know why you're waiting. Why don't you just buy an RV?" And I thought, well, that's a really interesting thought. You know, this was something that I was looking at to the future. I think a lot of people know that my living situation is kind of unusual in that I stay in the home of a friend who has another house in France. And so when she goes to France in May, I go to Portland. And when she returns in October, November, that's when I go touring. And so whenever I go touring, it's always in the winter months. And it makes it very difficult for touring in the United States because it's just too cold. And so this idea kind of felt like it would give me an opportunity to explore more in my own country. And then as I was coming down the coast, I really had good weather for riding during the day. I never rode in any rain. There was some fog, but mostly it was sunny. It was really beautiful. And when I got to Berkeley, the next day winter hit, and it was stormy, and for the 10-day forecast, it was just storm after storm after storm. And so I ended up renting a car and driving down to Los Angeles, where I am now. And so in the meantime, I've been talking to friends, researching on the internet, looking at different RVs that I think will work for me. I looked at Class A, Class B, Class C, and the biggest issue that I found was keeping the trike secure. I can't keep it on the back of an RV because it will be stolen. And so it was really important for me that as I travel that I have the trike secure. And the best option appears to be using a truck and a trailer, keeping the trike in the truck bed with a canopy, probably locking it in the truck bed. And then I am not able to pick up my trike, and so I would have to use ramps. But that seemed like a really good solution to what it is that I'm looking for. And after doing a lot of research, talking to a lot of friends, a lot of very knowledgeable people, I narrowed my choices down to 2 trailer companies, and I found one that looks really, really good. It's actually in Portland, and I had some friends go look at it, and they said they thought it was perfect for what I'm looking for, and it fit all of my criteria. They suggested I put a deposit on it because it was a very reasonable price. And then I have another friend who said he thinks he's found a truck for me also in Portland. And so next week I'm going to be flying to Portland. I actually have a wedding to go to in Las Vegas this weekend. So I'm going to go to Las Vegas, and then I'm going to fly from Las Vegas directly to Portland, and I'm going to go check out this trailer and this truck. And I have a feeling that I'm going to be buying this combination. And so I'm very, very excited about it. I think it's just going to give me a lot of flexibility. It's going to be a huge lifestyle change, but I feel like I'm ready for that. And, you know, I kind of wonder what you think of this. This idea, and I'm going to be showing more about this RV and trailer. It's made by a company called Northwood, and the model number is the Nash 17K, if that's something you want to look up and see what the floor plan's like. And then I also have a question about my channel, because as we know, it's called Travels by Trike, and this is going to be changing. So I'm thinking about changing the name of the channel to Travels by Trike and Trailer, or maybe Travels by Trike and RV. And I wonder what you guys think of that. Maybe you have a better name for it. But there's, you know, plenty of time to make those kinds of changes as I go along, and once I look at this trailer and truck, and I really just want to make sure, see how it feels and if it feels right for me. So let me know what you think. You know, I love hearing from everybody. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.